5 p.m., Channel 21, East Multnomah County. Looks like we had some problems with our intro there. If we could run the music from Bad Karma. There you go. And get the shot on that, what we discussed earlier.
I'm not strong enough to shape the world with my two hands. Life's not long enough to know the reasons why. I'm not gonna plan to make a stand for what will be. I'm not the man who'll make it right, who'll understand. That's just not the way it's gonna be. No, I'm not to blame. Everyone's caused some pain. I'm responsible for me and only mine. Everywhere the cars allows massive greed. I'm not
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection. I am your host, the Cosmic Connector, and that is Bad Karma. Bad Karma is one of the bands that I have elected to promote on my television show, along with Soren. Bad Karma is an upcoming band from Portland. They have their cassettes out, known as Transient Madness. I believe that's correct. Is that right, guys?
That's it.
Transient Madness. We have Bad Company in studio today. You will meet them later on in the program. Right. Dennis, welcome. Pal, how are you, buddy? We haven't been on the air in about 5 weeks.
Right. We're going to find out who's watching in the Gresham area.
That's right. Let's give you some details of our upcoming programs. Today, live, April 16th, Channel 21. We will repeat to the 4 cable access or cable television programs across the river, places like, I believe, Beaverton, Canby, etc., Scappoose, etc. You're going to want to tell your friends and neighbors who aren't catching the program today that they can see it on Channel 11 or 2, whatever it is across the river. I'm not too clear on that. Wednesday night, Thursday morning, a.m., 12 midnight. Wednesday night, 12 midnight, Thursday morning, Channel 11. You're going to be able to catch this next program April 20th. Then following on Thursday on Channel 21 at 8 p.m., you're going to catch this same program at 4/21, April 21st. So our next programming will be 4:30. April 30th, that's live, April 30th, Channel 21. A rerun on our third week. We will not be on the air on our third program. That'll be a rerun at 5/14, May 14th, and May 19th will be reruns. We will be live at May 28th. June 1st will be the repeat of the May 28th program. June 2nd will be a repeat of the May 28th program. Live programming again will be June 11th and June 25th respectively. Okay, another thing is, our telephone number is 667-7434. Please keep trying to get in. I understand our lines are full. We have, and for those of you on the phone right now, please be patient. We have a lot of news to catch up on. Sightings. We've had a sighting, I understand, in the Portland area of by several individuals who I have contacted within the 5 weeks that we've been on the air. The sighting was approximately 8 p.m., 7:50 to 8 p.m., March 27th. In the North Precinct, witnesses states multiple UFO reports in the Portland area. One viewer described it as a triangular-shaped craft near the Lloyd Center. Port of Portland says, we had an investigator check out what the Port of Portland says, only 4 general aviation aircraft in the air between 7:30 and 8:30. No Air National Guard activity was known at the time, and we have a video shot at approximately 8 o'clock. If one of the cameras could zoom in on a monitor here, we haven't, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't had a chance. Okay, we're going to hopefully keep our fingers crossed. Let's run this. This is the video shot out near the Lloyd Center. Not near the Lloyd Center. This was shot from the direction of my cameraman. This was shot from St. Helens area. You can speak up.
Yeah, St. Helens.
Near the St. Helens. All right, we don't have anything up on it there. Dennis? Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Fine.
Okay, it's not working. Let's take a phone call. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection. Hi, hello.
Hello, Cosmo.
Hi, your name?
Jay,
Jay, how are you, my friend?
how are you doing?
Just fine.
How's Dennis?
Dennis.
Doing fine.
Dennis is working on the VCR. Jay, I understand you have some information for us today.
Indeed, I do. Some major books have come out recently since your last show.
All right.
John Mack's new book, Human Encounters with Alien Abduction, is out.
And who is that written by?
Dr. John Mack of Harvard University,
All right.
who has won the Pulitzer Prize. Now, John Mack is going to be on the Oprah show on Monday, in a couple days. And on the 38-hour show on Wednesday, they're going to do a 1-hour show on abductions.
Can we turn up the inside audio, please, Mr. Director? I can hardly hear the caller.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, Jay.
Yes. Wednesday, 48 Hours is devoting 1 hour to abductions with Dr. John Mack. And a week from Tuesday, that's the 26th, a Dateline show will also have Dr. Mack. So the audience will have 3 chances to see him this Monday on Oprah,
Right.
Wednesday on 48 Hours, and a week from Tuesday on Dateline.
A week from Tuesday on Dateline. Very
Right.
good, Jay.
Now another book is coming out. The second book by Randall and Schmidt called The Truth About the UFO Crash at Roswell.
That's correct. If one of our camera people could zoom in on this right here, we'll put this right out here. This is the truth about the crash at Roswell, the UFO crash at Roswell.
Now this book is not out yet, but it should be out in 2 weeks.
Hello.
Hello.
That was Dennis checking his microphone. Go ahead.
We're having technical difficulties here today, Jay. Bear with us.
All right, and right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the new book by Kevin D. Randall, Captain Randall, and Donald Schmidt, who wrote UFO Crash at Roswell. This is the sequel to the book by both gentlemen that we have had on this program of The Cosmic Connection. Jay, have you had a chance to read this book?
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I'd like to point out 2 chapters, if I may.
Please do.
Chapter 8, The Story of the Century, July 8th, 1947. The United States Army announced they had captured a flying saucer. For just over 3 hours, the world waited until Brigadier General Roger Ramey told waiting reporters that a mistake had been made. Through the use of wire service stories and interviews with a number of reporters who are still alive, a minute-by-minute account of those few hours has been reconstructed in Chapter 8, The Story of the Century.
So, in other words, are you saying there is a timeline?
Right, for the 3 hours, everyone probably has seen the newspaper from Roswell, saucer crashed.
I believe we have one of those on our desk here. Go ahead.
And that is a minute-by-minute account from that time to the cover-up, if you remember the weather balloon.
Right, the picture with Major Jesse Marcel, is that correct?
That's correct. Chapter 12 is also extremely significant. It's called The Threats. The Army and the government wanted nothing said about the crash near Roswell. They moved quickly to suppress the information. While the military men and women could be sworn to secrecy, the civilians were another matter. And quite a few people were threatened by officials of the government. Now, if this crash had been an experimental balloon, it's doubtful that they would have been, quote, would be picking your bones out of the sand, quote, would be taken out to the desert. Even Sheriff George Wilcox was threatened. This is according to his granddaughter, still living, Barbara Digger, threatened to kill all of them. So this is, again, Chapter 8, The Story of the Century, and Chapter 12, The Threats, in the new book, The Truth About the UFO Crash at Roswell, by Randall and Schmidt.
Outstanding, Jay.
Jay, didn't
go ahead,
Sheriff
Dennis.
Wilcox resign from the force after that incident? He was so disillusioned with the government.
Righto. Indeed, you're right, Dennis.
Personally threatened with death and his whole family, too.
Right, and we have the account by the granddaughter right in the new book, Chapter 12. Chapter 5, in fact, has General Wilcox.
Right, if we could get camera 4 over to the easel, we've got some copies of the illustrations from the book there that point out some of the new, the finer details of the crash and changes some of the misconceptions about the crash. If we could get camera 4 on the easel there.
Now, one of the misconceptions was the shape of the craft itself, isn't it, Dennis?
That's correct. And hopefully we'll have that coming up in a moment here and we can illustrate what we're talking about.
Now, when you look at that craft, doesn't that kind of look like the stealth technology that's been coming out recently?
If I could direct my director to turn on one of the cameras that are on the easel, please, so we could see what we're talking about and show the audience what we were talking about here. Dennis, you want to go ahead and describe what we're about to see here?
All right, as Jay mentioned, the shape of the craft is not part of the conventional wisdom. Most people assumed that it was a disc, but it turns out to be, some people have described it, there we go, as a bat wing shaped craft, but it really didn't have wings. The entire craft is that shape without wings on it. And as you can see from one of the side views on the easel, if we can move to some of the other illustrations on the easel.
Yeah, camera 4, you go ahead and just rove around that easel if you would, please. Yeah, you're allowed to move.
Interesting. How'd you like to run into that in the middle of the night?
You can pull back on that and just show the entire. All right, we're having problems there. Jay, I understand we have more callers. I want to thank you for calling.
Okay, glad you're back, Dennis and Cosmo. And
Great to be back. There it is, right there. Excellent shot there, I hope.
Okay, there it is, slammed into the side of the cliff.
Now
And if we could continue moving around that easel to some of the other shots also.
let me mention also there was a
Very good. There's some photographs, Jay.
Right. There was
Some actual photographs taken at the time in Roswell of a craft that appears to be bat-wing shaped, and if we continue to pan along to the left, to the far left on that row, there we go, come up a little bit now, and there's a side view of the craft, and you can see from that view how it would appear to be a standard disc shape and where some of the misconceptions came from.
And I suggest maybe some of the stealth technology came out of that.
That's a good possibility. Now if we could move down from that shot.
This is where the new information
There we go.
come out.
Now those creatures, as you can see, are small with large eye sockets, let's say, but they're not the typical grays as most people thought they were with the big black eyes. So we don't know exactly which race this is.
No, we
and
don't.
reportedly one of them survived the crash, and we don't know how long it survived.
No.
And we could go ahead and pan and look at some of the, let's go back to the right a little bit there. And down just a little bit there. That's a typical gray with the big black eyes. And so, as we've heard secondhand testimony, and they said there were little aliens with big heads, most people assumed that they were the grays, but they apparently were not.
Let me give you a quick update. Congressman Schiff
Please do. Please do.
into the GAO investigation has been running into some roadblocks. The Director for Plans and Ops in the Secretary of Defense's Congressional Liaison Office, Colonel Larry Shockley, reportedly told the GAO investigator who indicated an interest in the Roswell case, this is again Colonel Shockley, you've got no business getting into that. That was the wrong thing to tell the GAO, which is a creature of Congress.
Sure was.
So Congressman Schiff is to be applauded for his political courage and his determination, but he needs input, folks. So
All right.
please write him directly. That's Representative Schiff, 625 Silver Avenue Southwest, Suite 140. One more time, 625 Silver Avenue Southwest, Suite 140. Suite 140, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87102. Write General Schiff and tell him you applaud his courage and to continue to get answers into the Roswell crash.
All right, Jay, thank you very much. I'm being told to move along here.
Thank you. Thank both of you.
Thank you, Jay. All right, next caller, please. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection. I want to thank you for holding. Hello.
Hello,
Hi, what's your name?
Cascadia?
Pardon me?
Cascade?
Your name?
Cascade.
All right. Welcome. Hi.
Hi. I was given a DNC by an alien, and I want to know your input on that.
You were given a what?
DNC?
And what that is?
You don't know what that is?
Next caller, please.
Sounds like she had some
Yes.
alien fantasies going there.
It's who
Hi,
knows?
am I on the air? Okay.
Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Yes, welcome. Let me mute my button here and I'll continue on. Well, maybe I better listen. I don't know if I can hear you. Maybe I'll turn up a little bit. Okay. Listen, I'm not really a UFO aficionado. And
Okay.
the reason why I'm calling is...
And your name?
Pardon?
Your name?
Name is Jim.
Okay.
Okay. And the reason why I'm calling is because one of my best friends is and follows up on all these different things, and I left about 8 messages on my phone the other day. And your earlier caller answered one of the questions about some of these TV programs. Basically, the one about, what is that? 48 hours.
48 hours, right.
Okay. But what in particular this friend of mine has been following up on is a man named George Knapp. Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am, very much so.
Okay.
He just got back from Russia, and I believe there's an article about Russia in the new Omni magazine UFO Conspiracy, written by James Oberg. Go ahead, Jim.
Okay, so this is not new information. I haven't picked up, so I don't follow this stuff. But anyway, just because of the importance of these 8 phone messages, I had to, I got cable, and that's why I think this friend of mine gave me a call and wanted to tell me that he is getting some information and a book or some videos from George Knapp that include photographs of Area 51 with flying saucers over it, and all of this unreleased data that has been just released from Russia. And I guess I'm presuming that this George Knapp has bought a lot of material from Russia. Is that right?
Yes, very much so. Also, if you write to the Cosmic Connection, we can make videotapes. We have magazines that we put out, Aliens Over Oregon, and the Mars Observer Press Kit. We also have information pamphlets. I have 21 to 25 different information pamphlets that we make available to you if you write me a self-addressed stamped envelope and put down the information that you're interested in, abductions, the craft, the propulsion systems. We also have audio tapes of many of some of today's top UFO investigators. We'll make that available to you, Jim.
Yeah, and I live in North Portland, so they're here, they're real, and
sure.
I'm not I hear so many other stories.
Right.
I don't know how it's ever going to affect my life.
Sure.
Considering all the other things that go on in the world, and all this other news media. There's a USS Harrier drop that was shot down over Bosnia today. I don't know how all of this stuff is going to ever affect me, but just the fact that this friend of mine called me, told me about this information, and said also that they have a FEMA manual out, which I guess was the Federal Emergency Management for all the emergency workers like fire, rescue, and all this other stuff. And
right.
He said Chapter 13. Are you aware of that chapter?
No, I'm not. I'm not aware of the FEMA guide. No, I'm not.
Okay. Well, anyway, then maybe I'll give you some new information. Then he said that in Chapter 13 they have precautions and detailed precautions from experience on how to deal with UFOs if they ever come across that sort of stuff. So, I mean, this is supposedly in this FEMA manual that is being distributed across the country. And
outstanding, Jim.
And along with all this new information from Russia, I mean, it's going to have to pull U.S. out of its mothballs and get them to maybe make some other interpretations of all of this. I don't know.
Jim, you have a copy of this manual?
Pardon?
You have a copy of this manual?
No. This friend of mine is getting it in the mail, videos, and some other information, and they'll probably let me see it the next day. And so what I'm going to do is I'm taping the show right now and turn it over to him as soon, because this guy doesn't have cable. Matter of fact, he's working right now. So
well, hey, that's very nice of you.
Yeah, I'm just taking the liberty to do this stuff.
Sure.
While he was on the subject and mentioned Area 51, we might want to mention that some daylight footage has come out of Area 51 and was shown on Unsolved Mysteries about 2 weeks ago. Daytime where you can see the mailbox road, the mountains, etc., and the craft is in the air moving.
And that's during the daylight. I've personally been out to Area 51 as long as also Dennis has. The sightings out there are just phenomenal of these craft running at night. Like Dennis says, it was shown on television of a daylight, just it looked like about dusk.
Well, also there was an article in
dawn.
Yeah. Also there was an article in the Oregonian talking about how they're going to start buying up some more land about there and covering it up. Now, that was just recently, last week, and I had clipped it out. And matter of fact, I don't know what it was titled, but it could have been titled.
They're not buying it, they're taking it.
Yeah, they're taking it.
Yeah, so, you know, if I can start reading things out of the Oregonian that doesn't mention the UFOs, but says that there's this controversy about a certain particular land out in Nevada, and the government is being reported to buying up the stuff, so whatever means they can. You know, this sort of tells me something. And
all right, Jim, thank you very much for the call. We're going to take another call.
Okay, thank you very much.
Jim, thank you very much.
Keep up the good work.
Write to us. I'd like to have a Xerox copy of that, if you would, please.
Okay.
And send me your name and address and your phone number, and everyone out there is more than welcome to do this. I will call you back. I can show you that the information that we have and make this available to you. Jim, thank you very much, pal.
You might want to mention how people can contact me.
That's right. If you have any questions for Ask Dennis, you may write to Post Office Box 3833, Portland, Oregon 97208, or call Dennis on your computer at area code 503-771-9008. If you didn't get that, we'll repeat that towards the end of the show. What else did I want to bring up here? Dennis, thank you very much for the mail, ladies and gentlemen. The mail has been fantastic. We've been off for 5 weeks. I'm sure you've seen some of the repeats. Sean X, your tape will be done probably within the next week. I pick up my mail about every 2 or 3 weeks. Sean X, I want to thank you very much for sending me that videotape. Very informative of the I believe it's 86, 87 UFO Live with Mike Farrell. A very interesting documentary type program. Graciously yours, Sean X. Sean, I will take care of that tape that you asked for. Also, I won't repeat some of these names in here, but I want to thank you for your letter, your cards and letters, and your interest in picking up some of our package is known as UFO 101. It's a very interesting package. We'll make that available to you. If you'd like to know more about this, you may call us after the program. We will accommodate you. I want to thank my friend, my good friend, Norbert Losky. Norbert, I want to thank you very much, sir, Norbert has been sending me the UFO transcripts. There is a whole network on the computer-based systems out there. One of the most fantastic things that are happening right now are the sightings in Michigan. We will get to that after. We're going to take a short break. I want to do a little promo here for the infotainment boys. If we could go to that little promo for Tim Herman and Infotainment Tonight, and we will come back.
Howdy, my name is Tim Herman. I'm the host and producer of the show Infotainment. It's a live public access call-in show on Channel 11. We'll be on Monday nights and second and fourth Wednesday nights. Stay tuned for further details. If you're concerned about the network and mass media coverage and their lack of substantive probing into issues on how law enforcement and the federal government and government in general relates to the citizen and the taxpayer, then this is a show that you need to be tuned into, because these are just exactly the types of issues that we talk about. So I appreciate your interest, and thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back to the Cosmic Connection. Thank you, Tim Herman, for that promo. We're proud to sponsor any of the MCTV television programs that are on PCA and MCTV. I'd like to also direct you to a program known as Jim the Radio Guy. He deals with shortwave. His next program will be airing April 27th at 8 p.m. on Channel 33. That's Jim the Radio Guy. Outstanding program, Jim. I really enjoy your information on shortwave radio, the way you describe on building some of the antennas. Let's go back to Michigan sightings. Researchers have found out across the Holland area of the weekend to look for evidence of UFOs. New sightings have been reported in the western Upper Peninsula, Michigan section of the Mutual UFO Flying Object Network, known as MUFON. says that UFO sightings in Lower Michigan since March 8th. They're getting 10 to 15 new sightings a day. A gentleman by the, a lady member of Virginia Tilley of Grand Rapids, stating that the reports have been coming from Ludington south to the Indiana border, along the Lake Michigan shoreline, from Thumb, and just to the west in Saginaw and Bay City, and from a few suburbs south of Detroit. I also saw a program dealing with the March 27th. No, I believe this is March 8th or April 8th. When was the Oscars? On the night of the Oscars, Larry King did an interview with Walter Andrus on the Michigan sightings. MUFON is looking into this situation. Don't have to really do much investigating on this. From what I understand, the sightings have been continuing for the last 3 to 4 weeks now, dealing with the Michigan sightings. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have any information on that, you may bring that up. And we're gonna take a phone call right now. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Hello?
Hi, your name?
Ben.
Ben, greetings.
Yes, can you show the easel
Sure.
with that stealth technology thing?
Absolutely. If my director could direct one of the cameramen to the easel, could we do that now, please? Okay.
Not yet. There we go.
All right, what'd you have, sir?
The thing on the left side of the screen, that little ship,
All right.
looks like a cosmic corn nut.
Okay. Very good, Ben. Is that what you called and stayed on the phone to talk about? Absolutely. Next caller, please. Ben, you sure do have some persistence there, pal. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Oh, Anthony.
Anthony.
Yeah. Anyways, that thing you're talking about, the UFO, it flew like right over my house. It left a vapor trail or something. I didn't hear it at all. I just like looked up at the moon 1 minute, and then I like looked at some cars drive by and looked up again.
And how old are you?
A vapor trail.
And how old are you?
What was it? 13.
Uh-huh. And you're on the level on this, huh, Anthony?
Yeah.
And you've never called this program before?
No, first time.
Outstanding. What was the date of this sighting?
Oh no, it was like what was the day that we saw it? I think it was like a couple of weeks ago.
Could have been on a Sunday evening?
Yeah, because I'm not allowed to stay up very late, and I stayed up till like 12 o'clock out sitting on my porch with my dad.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I was on a Sunday or a...
And your father saw this also?
Yeah, he's seen it.
How long did the sighting last?
I'm the one who told him about it.
Yeah, and how long did the sighting last?
I didn't see anything. All they did was just look up, and then there was like nothing there, and then I looked at some cars drive by.
Right.
And then I looked up again because I heard this like something in the background or something. I looked up, and there was this like a vapor trail.
I've never heard of a UFO leaving a vapor trail. How about you, Dennis? Nope.
Yeah.
Well, Anthony, anything else?
Well, my dad thought it was a stealth fighter, but I'm not really sure because he's heard about what they could do, like how silent they are.
Oh, I'm not discounting it. I think it's very unusual. If you saw something unusual, did it make a 90-degree turn, or did it? What actually did you see that made you think that it was not of normal origin?
Well, because it was like it started, like it went up into the sky, just like dove down.
Oh yeah.
And then it just like started up, like. And there's like no other vapor trails past this like one point, and then it kept on going, and
So-
it disappeared in like 5 minutes.
That's pretty good, Anthony. Now, are you telling me that the vapor trail was intermittent?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I mean, did it stay with the craft, or did it start and stop? Was there a break
Like
in the vapor trail?
first it's like flying, and then it like started, and then it like started to disintegrate in like 5 minutes because. We went in and told my family, and then and then we came back out, and it was like gone.
Well, that's a pretty interesting sighting there, Anthony. I want to thank you for calling, Anthony. All right, we're going to take another call here.
Okay, bye.
Thanks, pal. Call again. Thank you. Next caller, please. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Hello. I've watched several of your shows, and this is probably a pretty obvious question, but is anybody going through the route of getting the information right straight out of the government from the Freedom of Information Act?
You mean on this program?
No, as far as anybody in the UFO investigative community, are they trying to get it with the Freedom of Information Act out of the government?
I'm going to let Dennis field that because Dennis's knowledge on he has personal access to these people that are into this investigation. Dennis, who's in the Freedom of Information Act right now? Congressman Schiff and several people that you know.
Oh, several people throughout the years. Stanton Friedman being among the most famous. Lots of people have sued for Freedom of Information Act. Most people think it's a simple matter. You just write in and ask for the documents and they send them to you. Well, it's not that simple.
Right.
First time around, they deny that they have any documents. And if you push them and take them to court and the judge orders them to go look, they'll come back and say, oh, whoops, turns out we've got several hundred pages, but we can't release it due to national security. And if you push it even farther, they will show a summary of the documents to the judge in private chambers, which has happened, and he's come out and ruled in their favor. And what documents they do release are usually 90% blacked out, and you get wonderful words like and, the, or, and maybe, and that's about it. There have been a few exceptions. There's about 4 documents that have been released, and I'm sure whoever released them has probably lost their job because they're pretty smoking gun documents. So out of the 10,000 pages we've managed to wrestle out of them, 4 documents are pretty awesome.
Right. This is through the Department of Defense?
Through the CIA, the NSA, and the FBI. There's one signed letter from J. Edgar Hoover saying that he'd agree to help in the next recovery, but he's kind of mad about the last one. The Army grabbed it and wouldn't let the FBI have it even for a quick look over.
Since the government spreads everything as far as they can to as many people as they can, so they build up their own departments, would agriculture or treasury be somebody to look at that maybe you haven't looked at before?
Well, there's a lot of people looking at a lot of different areas, and it's real easy to get sidetracked because there's so many pieces of information out there to check out. People like Randall and Schmidt I respect because they haven't been sidetracked by anything and have gone after the most solid case in history, and it's beyond proven. Anybody that could look at either of their books and not be convinced that a craft from another planet crashed here with dead alien bodies and the government's been covering it up. Well, actually, I haven't met anybody, and I've shown a lot of people, even first-time skeptics or whatever, that have looked the information over and come back just flabbergasted because the case is well beyond proved at this point.
It looks to me like 1994 is the year everything's going to come apart.
That has also been brought up. Your name, caller?
Gary.
Gary, very good, Gary. I want to thank you for calling and holding on. Did you have something else?
No.
Well, I want to thank you for bringing that to our attention.
I'll write in.
Bringing up the topic, and thank you very much, Gary, and thank you for holding on.
Right.
Our telephone number is 667-7434. We're being broadcast live in East Multnomah County today. Our post office box is P.O. Box 86186, Portland, Oregon 97286. I see we have some members of Bad Karma here today with us. Want to say hello to the boys. Where are they? And we have Bad Karma. We have Pat and Jason, Wade, and Michael. Come on up here, guys. I understand you brought me, all right. What do we got here? Hey, guys.
Some little tapes there, bud.
All right. Hey, Wade.
Cosmo,
all right, we've got Wade and Pat, Jason, and Mike. And guys, you guys brought me, looks like a, yeah, that's, oh, now, come on now, guys. Security, we need some security. We got the new tape here, Transient Madness by Bad Karma. Who did the artwork on this?
It's me.
All right, Mike. Right on, pal. Now, I understand.
The rest of us are bums.
Very good. Well, hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the hardest rock and roll band working in Portland today. These guys, whenever I ask them to do something for me, to be on time, to make a phone call, they actually have letterheads, secretary service. This is one professional outfit. Transient Madness is out. These are mine, is that correct? So any of you people out there that are interested in the rock and roll music, I'd be more than happy. Bad Karma has given me permission. You send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. with your name and with your name on it. And if you're interested in listening to a new group, Bad Karma, I recommend it. It's an excellent piece of music here. How many songs we got on this, guys?
12 songs.
12 songs. So you're getting your freedom. You're free. These are absolutely free. I will send them to you if you're interested in some Bad Karma music. Also, guys, you're going to be playing here at
Eli's.
At Eli's. What time? What time?
Oh, whenever we get there.
9:30 on a Saturday.
And what's the date of that?
April 30th.
April 30th. All right, so that'll be on the date of our next program. So you've got 2 weeks. Tell your friends and neighbors out there to watch this program on Wednesday, Channel 11 at midnight. This coming Wednesday, that'll be April 20th. And that will be April 30th with Bad Karma at Eli's. Who's Hydra, I believe, is the other band that will be opening for you.
And Mr. Rattlebones.
And Mr. Rattlebones. That's April 30th at Eli's. Bad Karma, Hydro, and Mr. Rattlebones. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we've got 15 tapes to give away here on Bad Karma. So if you're interested in this kind of music, it's more than my pleasure, guys, to help promote the band.
Thanks for having us down, man.
Right on, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you after the program.
Right.
Thanks, guys. Michael, come back here, pal. I got to put you on the hot spot. Ladies and gentlemen, this man right here is an accident. Is not an accident waiting to happen. This man is an artist. How's my picture coming along?
It's coming along great.
You've started it.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much, Michael. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looking forward to this man's talented writing. He does the artwork on the album Transient Madness. That's interesting. You're causing trouble again. I believe that was Pat throwing things at me again. Bad Karma there. Thank you, Michael.
Anytime.
Best drummer in the business. Thanks, pal. Thanks, Bad Karma. Next caller, please. Welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Yes, hello.
Hi.
Your
name,
caller.
please.
Oh, I'm sorry, what?
Your name?
Chad.
Chad?
Yes, Chad.
Thank you, Chad. Go ahead.
The last caller made a comment about everything coming apart in 1994, and I just was curious what the two of you were referring to.
It's been stated that released information on the supposedly existence of extraterrestrials, alien abductions, just the whole gamut of the flying saucer community. The government
The end of the cover-up is what he's referring to.
The end of the cover-up.
And I'm personally skeptical because I've heard this for the last...
Sure. We've been hearing
27 years.
Exactly.
We hear that it's about to be released any time.
Exactly.
Till it happens, I remain unconvinced.
Absolutely. John Lear has also stated several events that were going to take place, and John Lear is right now stating that he will not be a prophet anymore. He's going out of the prediction business, so to speak. John Lear is a great UFO investigator. He's a private investigator. He does not do it for profit or for notoriety, although he is outstanding in my book. Chad, what else did you have to contribute? Have you been hearing any information on these Michigan sightings?
No, I haven't. I actually have to admit I don't follow this sort of thing very closely.
It's pretty hard to since the information isn't on your nightly news.
Right. Yeah, I've seen you're showing it right there. I've seen UFO magazine. I've glimpsed through Strange. I don't remember the name. Some of the more interesting public 14 Times, things like that. I've glimpsed through them, but I don't follow real tightly. I was mostly curious about the comments you were making about this cover-up. So you think a lot of that, I guess you don't want to commit yourself to predictions, but you think a lot more information is going to come out this year.
Well, you have to look at it. 48 Hours is doing a thing. There have been several programs. Unsolved Mysteries has been doing it for a while.
Right.
Sightings was canceled. That was a very good program. It sort of went downhill towards the end. Who knows what the reason for that was? There's just so much material out there to cover. I don't believe Sightings covered everything.
Right.
But it was definitely a G-rated show as far as UFO material goes.
Right.
They scratched the surface just like we are, because there is just so much information. And we are on every other week to do this. So as the reports come in, such as the Michigan sightings, and with viewers like you talking about this information, we're running through the mill the information being done here.
Right.
Chad, I want to thank you very much, pal.
Thank you.
Thank you, and please write to me or call call the program again. If any of you have questions or want to find out how you can get the videotapes and the books Alien Over Oregon, we have an Area 51 pamphlet guide, the Mars Observer press kit, any of this information here. I've got pamphlets that we've been putting together, the Martian Horizon, UFOs in the aerospace, Inside Area 51, the Ominous Men in Black.
Even the Mexico City sightings, which are on the monitor right now.
We have that. Can we, well, we've shown that once before. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection. Let's take another phone call.
Hi, my name is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie, how you doing, pal?
I'm doing excellent. Gentlemen, I'm interested in the Freedom of Information Act and how that has helped you get information, and is that part of the reason why they think maybe 94 is going to be the explosion year of talking about UFOs?
We've gotten very little information out of the Freedom of Information Act. It's been a major fight.
Now, what is the difficulty? Is the difficulty the Defense Department, or is it because it's classified as national security?
They claim national security is the reason they can't divulge the information.
The great umbrella of national security.
That's right. And if you recall, if the books that I have read stating during the 50s, the 40s and 50s,
right,
where it says in the books, the United States government does not feel that UFOs are a threat to national security. That is why that it has not been investigated.
Okay.
And this was before Project Blue Book started, when I believe it was entitled Project Grudge.
Okay, now has now how can you take the Freedom of Information Act and use that to your advantage? Now, according to the Washington Post, that is they find that can be an avenue for them getting information if the national security is not used.
All right, I got this one. Okay. How can you use the Freedom of Information Act to your advantage? Some of the information by some of the gentlemen, I really can't recall. I believe it's Stanton Friedman. It could be Bud Hopkins.
Right.
What they have done, from what I understand, what they have done, and I've just finished reading some material on this, and why I can't describe this in more detail. It's kind of vague, but what they've been doing is they've been going around these questions, instead of flat out asking them for information on a certain UFO sighting.
Sure.
They will like come in the back door with like a really strange off the wall question or a happening or something, and where they phrase their questions for these documents for Freedom of Information. And what I understand, it's been successful. They are being sent something that relates to UFOs, but not entirely.
Sure. They ask about flight plans of planes over the Nevada desert at a certain time and area. Do you have that? And then they follow up with the next thing is was there a police report from Western Nevada this day?
That's right, Charlie. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Keep up the good work, gentlemen. It is a tough job, and I don't know how we can solve it. I mean, Freedom of Information Act may be our only choice.
Maybe, or programs like this and the mutual UFO networks across the United States and France, and we're out throughout the world. I understand that France is very liberal about putting out information to the public. Charlie, thank you very much. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection. Hello.
I personally think that if everybody would just read one book, like the Roswell book, get familiar with that information, and then demand the answers from their representatives, we'd get somewhere.
Absolutely. Hi, welcome to the Cosmic Connection.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name?
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
I just wanted to let you know that I think I saw a UFO. It's been quite a while back, but it didn't have any wings or any propellers or anything like that.
And what part of the United States was this?
This is in the Northwest. And
Washington, Oregon?
Yeah, it was in Portland here.
Oh, is that right? How long ago?
It's been. I was silent about it for a long time. It's been a couple years, but seeing your show is kind of brought it back out.
Sure. Describe it for me, please. What time of day it was? Who, what, when, where, why, and how?
Well, I tell you, it was metallic looking, and it was so metallic looking that it looked like the outer shell was moving.
Wow.
And it was It seemed like it was pretty low. I can't quite gauge how far away it was because the car I was in was moving at the time.
What kind of maneuvers did it make?
It wasn't there, and then it was there.
Wow.
You know, it was like over the treetops.
So it was like in your line of vision as you were driving down the road.
Yeah, well, someone else was driving. I was a passenger, and my son was sitting in the back, and he noticed it first because he told me. He says, "Dad, what's that?"
So you have at least 3 or 4 witnesses to this.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
And he said, "Dad, what's that?" And I said, "Geez, I don't know. It's not moving. It was sitting there." And then as we proceeded, we trying to watch the road and look at it. And when we got so far and looked back, and it was gone. And then another instance, I saw kind of a spear-shaped round object that was lighted that was coming down, and this was in a residential area, and I was at work at the time.
Sure.
And I was leaving, and it was very bright, but I thought I was seeing things, so I rubbed my eyes a couple times, but it was definitely there. But I was very curious about that too.
Give us the time of this. What year?
It was about I'd say about 92.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Outstanding. Bob, we're going to take off. How old's your son, Bob?
He's 13.
I tell you what, you stay on hold. If you'd like to. This is purely up to you. Stay on hold. We'll get your name and address, and I'll send your son a Bad Karma tape if you'd like one.
Oh, I'd love one.
Okay, very good. For you too also. It's pretty good music here by the gentleman of Bad Karma out of Portland, Oregon. Bob, I want to thank you very much for the call.
Before we finish up, Ted, I'd just like to mention...
Yeah, we're not going to take any more calls, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you for calling and hanging on. If you'd like to talk to Dennis or I after the show, stay on the phone. Bob, please... give your name and address to the gentleman in the control room. And how many minutes we got left here? We got 7 minutes. Go ahead. You got 2 minutes.
The importance of the crash at Roswell is because the group that was set up to study it and the military around it are the original secret government that was set up with presidential authority back then and have been running things on their own, making their own decisions ever since with legal precedents. This was set up by the government. So nobody, if found out, nobody can stop them. So this is the key to all the behind-the-scenes dealing that people wonder about that's going on in the government. This is an officially sanctioned secret government.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I believe that. Okay, what else we got here? Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, we got Bad Karma tapes. We're going to throw them at you, ladies and gentlemen. Give me a call. Write to me. I'll send them to you if you're interested in rock and roll. If you're interested in seeing Bad Karma live, oh, they're throwing stuff at me, you guys. Now, come on. April 30th, ladies and gentlemen, at Eli's with Hydra and Mr. Rattlebones. Thanks, guys, for stopping by. We're going to run Soren. Let's get a shot of Soren. We haven't brought up those guys in the whole show.
Yeah.
Soul Buddy. Soren rules. Absolutely right. That's straight from Karma. Bad Karma. Let's get a shot. There you go. We got Jonah, Odie, Tag, and Soul. Soul on lead guitar. They will be playing at a club near you. They're what?
May 5th in Seattle.
May 5th in Seattle. That's what we want to hear. May 5th, ladies and gentlemen. Where's the club at?
The Trestle in Everett, Washington.
The Trestle in Everett, Washington, May 5th. That will be Soren, Bad Karma, Karma, and Soren. And those people up there want to know what we do down here in Portland. Well, what do we do, Pat?
Rock and roll. Man.
They rock and roll down here in Portland. So Seattle, watch out. Grunge is on its way. And let's see here. Our next program will be April 30th. April 30th, Bad Karma will be playing. I will be here. Bad Karma will be there. So, Soren, I want to thank you guys. Soul, I want to thank you very much for introducing me to this rock and roll crowd. Steve Johns out there at the Moosehead Bar and Grill. That's live rock and roll, live music every Friday and Saturday night. Portland's top bands like Stinky Skunk and the Wet Fish, Fall from Grace, Joe Rockhead, War Pigs, Soren, Bad Karma. That's the Moosehead Bar and Grill. You want to see Steve Johns upstairs. He's a bartender. He'll take care of you. There is free parking 1 block north of the Moosehead Bar and Grill. That's 232 6771. We're out of here. Soren, take us away. This is Far Away by Soren. Ladies and gentlemen, so 2 weeks from today, Billy Goodman, thank you very much, guys. Take it away, Soren.
Some people try, some people say they do, but they're just telling lies. Just a drifter, drifting day to day. Seen some good times, seen some bad. Some of us don't realize what we've had or what we have. All the time keeps ticking, Mother Nature cries. Some of us don't listen, have to see it with our eyes. People live, people die.